So welcome to the part 4 of video lecture of chapter 2. Now let's talk about the methods in segregating mixed costs. So here are the methods or techniques that cause mixed costs may be separated. Una is account analysis method. So it requires a review of accounts by experienced employees or even management to determine whether cost in each account is a fixed or variable cost. So identify mo lang. Next is the conference method. Estimates cost function through analysis and opinions of cost and their drivers from various departments of company. So, hindi siya masyadong, when it comes to board exam, lang siya, based on analysis, and then engineering method naman. Pero ang mostly na lumalabas ito, tatlo kasi yung most na lumalabas, scatter graph, least square, at saka yung high-low method. So, doon tayo magpo-focus, no? So, when it comes to scatter graph method, sana ba yan? Yan. Also known as visual fit method, is a graphical technique of separating fixed and variable components of mixed costs by plotting activity level along x-axis and y-axis. So, natin, ganito yung magiging itsura niya. Okay, ganyan. Ito yung x-axis, no? Itong horizontal pa is the x-axis, while yung pahiga naman is the y-axis. Di ba kung titingnan mo yan dito, sa ating, di ba meron tayo dati sa math, okay, sa algebra, ito papuntang, ito yung 0, ito is positive numbers, ito negative. Ito positive, papunta dyan positive, negative naman ito. So, itong straight line na to is the x-axis, itong horizontal na to is the y-axis. Ngayon, itong side lang, ang isang side lang ang tinitingnan natin. So, dito, here in our graphical representation, yung y-axis, balik. Tama? Wait lang. Check ko lang. Parang baliktad. X pala. Okay, sorry. X yung nasa, tama. X itong nasa baba, Y naman ito. Okay? Check ko lang. X yung horizontal, Y yung vertical. Okay. So, ito, sa ating graphical representation, malalaman natin kung anong klaseng cost siya. So, sa total variable cost, okay, when it comes to cost driver, total ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, di ba ang total variable cost, kapag nag-increase yung volume, tataas din yung total. So, ganito yung representation niya, tumataas. Ito, sabihin natin, ito yung cost, ito yung volume sa baba. Ito yung cost. So, ito, ganyan siya. Kung tumataas to, yung cost din natin tumataas. So, kung ipa-plot mo yan, ganyan siya. Dito siya. Tumataas yung volume, tumataas din yung cost. Kung bumaba yung volume, bababa din yung cost. So, dito siya kung bumaba siya, di ba? Na-imagine nyo. Kung ipa-plot mo siya, nandito siya. So, total fixed cost naman, di ba ang total fixed cost, kapag tumaas ang volume or bumaba yung volume, still, yung total fixed cost is the same. So, flat lang siyang ganyan. Isang line lang siya. Pag mix naman, halo siya, pwedeng tumaas o pwedeng bumaba. When it comes to variable cost per unit naman, ito yung fixed na steady lang siya dyan. Pero pag fixed cost per unit, as the volume, ito, di ba volume tong sa baba, increases, so habang tumataas yung value niya, bumababa naman yung cost. So, naman, kung dito yung volume, mataas yung cost. Pero kung bumaba na siya, dito na yung volume, tumaas yung volume, yung fixed cost per unit, bumaba. And then ka-mix, ganun din, same. So, ganun yung magiging, ito na lang, scatter, what do you call that one? Scatter graph. So, ang tatanong natin dyan is yung ipa-plot natin yung mga points. High-low method, okay? High-low method is a crude or simple technique of segregating mixed costs. So, ang ginagawa lang, ni-utilize yung 2 points, which is the highest and the lowest points. So, ang formula nun is highest activity cost minus the lowest activity cost divided by highest activity minus lowest activity. Yan. Highest activity cost minus lowest activity cost divided by highest activity minus lowest activity. Okay. Example of application sa high-low method. So, hanapin natin. Take note that in high-low method, ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan, or yung basis natin para malaman kung ano yung high, is yung cost driver na pinag-uusapan natin. Ano yan? Dito, ang titignan natin dyan is yung cost driver. Ang cost driver is sino ang cost driver natin? Yung production supplies. So, based dyan, wait lang, tingnan natin. Level production is 16,000 pala, Production supplies is the total. So, kung titignan natin, ano yung pinakamataas dyan? C, 12,000. Ito. At ang lowest is C, 10,000. Diba? Pero, observe that what is determined is the highest and lowest points is the cost driver or activity alone. The highest and lowest cost were not identified separately. Yung titignan mo dito, kung magbe-base ka sa cost, total cost, ang mataas is 310,000. Diba? Yun ang titignan mo. Malilito ka kung ang titignan mo is yung total cost. Ang titignan natin dapat is yung variable or yung cost driver natin. Ito yung cost driver, yung production. Kasi kung nakadepende naman yung cost sa production kung magkano yung produce mo, dun yung magiging basis ng cost. So, ang titignan mo yung cost driver, huwag titignan yung cost. Kasi kung titignan mo itong cost, ito yung mataas. Pero mababa yung cost driver niya, hindi yan yung ating highest activity. Ang titignan natin is yung highest cost driver, which is yung 12,000 at saka yung 10,000. So, 12,000, 10,000. Tapos, titignan mo na yung corresponding cost nila, which is 300,000 sa 12 at saka 10,000 is 260. So, ganyan ang may itsura niya. So, kung ipa-plot natin yan, 300,000 minus 260,000 divided by 12,000 minus 10,000. Ganyan siya. Okay? Na-complete na ba? Ayan. Ilan to? Tignan natin. Let's have calculator. 300,000 minus 260,000. This is 40,000 divided by 2,000, di ba? So, the answer is 20,000. Yung 20,000 na yan, ito ba? Check lang. Sorry, 20 pala. 20 lang ito. Kasi 2,000 pala yan. Okay? Anong tawag kay 20? Ang tawag kay 20 is the B or yung variable cost per unit. Kasi nga, pag in-apply mo agad yung high and low method, yan yung variable cost which is B. Ngayon, tinatanong? So, okay na tayo dito, no? Formula. Lang. How much is the best estimate for July cost of production supplies? Nasa letter B. Wala pa tayo sa letter B. So, i-apply natin yung sa formula pala. Sorry. So, na-compute na natin yung B. And then, kapag apply natin yun sa formula A plus BX. So, yung Y Okay, wait lang. We're talking about formula pala. Okay. Total fixed cost, 60,000 plus 20 per unit, or y equals 60,000 plus 20. Calculate the fixed cost. Fixed cost naman. So, yung fixed cost, mag-base tayo dun sa highest. Or yung lowest, pwede naman. Let's try 300,000 equals A plus 20 times 12,000. Ito yung gagamitin natin, no? So, kung i-ano natin yung i-equate natin to, $20,000 times 12, this is 240,000. Wait lang. Isin lang natin, no? Pagkasulat. So, y equals a plus bx. Yung y, okay, total cost, gagamitin natin yung ating highest, which is 300,000, at saka yung lowest, 12,000. So, y equals 300,000 times equals a, which is hinahanap natin, plus b is 20 times 10, tama ba? 10,000. Sorry, 12,000. So, ito, 240,000 ito, a plus, and then, i-transpose natin yung 300,000 papuntang left. Ito, ilipat natin dito sa kabila, left side of the equation. Magiging negative siya, minus 240,000 equals A. A is equal to, magkano yan? 60,000, di ba? 300 less 240 is 60,000. So, nahanap na natin yung B at saka yung A. So, kung titignan natin, i-plot natin yung formula y is equal to a plus bx. A is 60,000 plus b is 20 and x is tukaring x 20, so, ano pa lang yan, hindi pa nahanap yung x. Ito ganyan. This is the new cost formula. Y equals 60,000 plus 20x. Yan o. Yan yung nasa baba. Kasi ang tinatanong sa letter B is, how much or is the best estimate for July cost? Ito pala, letter A pa lang. Determine the cost formula for production supplies. So, dito sa letter A, hindi hinahanap ang variable cost. Ang ginawa lang natin, hinanap natin yung variable cost, which is yung 20. Hinanap din natin yung fixed cost, which is yung 60,000, para makompute natin yung cost formula for the supplies, which is ito. Yun yung cost formula. Y equals 60,000 plus 20x. Yan yung tinatawag nating cost formula for production supplies. Pero wala pa tayo dyan sa mismong computation. Cost formula pa lang yung hinanap natin. For letter B, using the high-low, how much is the best estimate for July's cost of production supply? So, ang hinanap natin is yung for July. And sabi niya, it is expected that on this month, the level of production is 16,000. 16,000 daw. Yung level of production for July. So, kung 16,000, i-substitute lang natin dun sa formula, which is y equals, lakihan ko lang. $60,000 plus 20x. 60,000 plus 20, magkano yung production for July? 16,000. Substitute mo lang. Siya yung magiging x, independent variable. So, pag multiply mo to, that is 320,000 plus 60,000. Add mo lang. 380,000. Yun din yung to. Same lang din. Pinakita ko lang. So the best estimate for the upcoming month is 380,000. Letter C. Assume instead that the July level of production is 21,000. How much is the best estimate? Okay, ano natin? 21,000 daw. Since, okay, sabi niya dito, the activity is outside the relevant range, the cost equation is inapplicable. For this type of questions, please be mindful of the relevant range. Presume that 21,000 has been substituted on the cost equation and an answer is available on the choices. Unfortunately, the answer is wrong due to the inapplicability of the cost equation. Tingnan natin. Ito. What if daw 21,000? Based on this activity level and based on this, sabi niya, ang relevant range of activity is from 100 units to 20,000 units of production. And then, 21,000 daw yung production for July. That would be considered outside the relevant range. Ibig sabihin, hanggang lagpas na siya dun sa kaya lang na i-produce ng machine, and also, hindi siya within the relevant range, and then hindi na applicable yung ating cost equation. So, syempre, kung isa-substitute mo yan, merong lalabas na sagot. Pero that would be wrong. Yung nga sabi niya. So, the answer is NA or nil ang sagot. Even though lumabas sa choices, take note, hindi dapat siya outside the relevant range. It should be within the relevant range. Kasi nga, relevant range is the equation where the all transactions or all the equations are valid. So, invalid na siya pag outside the relevant range. Letter D. Next question. What is the total cost of production supplies on the third quarter of the year if the company is planning to produce 45,000? Please be mindful with the requirements and given information, and this one is tricky. The cost equation has been formalized by analyzing past 6 months of operations. Thus, the fixed cost included in the cost equation is the total monthly fixed cost of production supplies. So, requirement D is asking for the next quarter. Months ang binigay, ang kinahanap quarter. So, you need to multiply by 3 yung ating fixed cost. Okay? So, 60,000 times 3. Kasi fixed cost yan, di ba? But y equals a plus bx. 60,000 plus b is 18. Sorry. Saan yung galing yung 18? Ito pala. 45. Mali. Check ko lang. 20x pala. And then, multiply mo ng 3 yung ating 60,000. Kasi, yung fixed cost is for the month lang yan. So, 60,000 times 3, 180,000. Plus 20x. Yan yung cost formula. Okay? Tapos, sinabi niya dito na ang production is magiging 45,000. Planning to produce 45,000. And 45,000 is already for 3 months. So, i-check natin kung within the relevant range. Yan, relevant range kasi 15,000. 3 months na yun. So, valid pa rin siya. So, you multiply by 180,000 times 20. Yung x is 45,000. So, the answer is 1,080,000. Illustration number 8. So, I hope na-gets nyo yun. Balikan natin. I-recall natin. So, yung formula natin is y equals a plus bx. When it comes to high-low method, ang tinitig nating basis is yung cost driver. So, kung ano yung mataas sa cost driver, yun yung highest na agad na level of activity. And then, yung corresponding cost niya, yun na yung highest cost. So, ito, kung based dito 12,000 yung highest, ito na yung highest din, yung 300,000. Kahit merong 310, hindi yan kasama. Ito ang cost driver natin eh. So, 300,000. And then yung lowest, ito na yung lowest niya. And then, i-apply nga sa formula, the highest cost minus lowest cost, and then highest activity minus lowest activity. So, makukumpit mo doon, pag dinivide mo yan, is the B or yung variable cost per unit. So, pag nakumpit mo na yung B, ano to? Yan, B. After mo na makompute yung B, you ilagay mo siya sa formula, 'di ba? Ang B is 20. And then okay, bisa na ko yung 12 ta. Okay, gamitin mo yung highest. Okay, ito highest or pwede rin ito, whichever is more appropriate for you. So, i-substitute mo dun sa formula nating y equals a plus b, 300,000, saka 12,000, at saka 20 na b. So, nawawala yung a. I-transpose mo siya, magiging ganito siya, a equals 60,000. Kasi ito, lipat mo siya dito, magiging negative. So, once both, diba, pag ang rule natin sa math is, pagsamahin ang mga similar terms. Ang similar terms yan is yung 300,000 at saka yung 240, which are constant. And a is a literal coefficient. So, a is equal to 60,000.